Hello everyone and welcome to the French Connection. Today we will be watching a Salmon Arm challenge, so that's basically the 1000 kilometers in the Rockies. Remember, I'll put the link here so that you know exactly what is that challenge and what I'm going to be doing. Today I'm going to be driving a Tesla Model Y rear wheel drive, so that's the small battery, the LFP battery with around 62 kilowatt hour. It's a brand new car, so there is no degradation, and yeah, I'll let you watch the video. I'll see you back at the end for the debriefing and final numbers. Good morning everyone, sorry for the light, it's not very good, but it's 5:40 in the morning here in Cochrane, Alberta. It's 7 degrees outside, the car is all warmed up, it's still plugged, so it's still at 100%. And that's the plan for today, going to Salmon Arm and back. There we go. So that's going to be the Tesla trip planner is telling me that I will need to charge in Golden-Revelstoke, Salmon Arm, Golden, and Canmore. So that's 6. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 5 charging stop here. The first one being in Golden, when we should arrive with 22%. And just out of curiosity, here we have the same trip on ABRP. Interesting, so you can see it's in orange here. Oh, doesn't want to focus, sorry guys. It's in orange because it's telling me here to maintain a max speed of 90 kilometers an hour. So that I arrive in Golden with 8%. Then we stop in Revelstoke-Salmon Arm, Revelstoke-Golden, and Canmore. So that's the same charging stop as the Tesla trip planner, is just that here it's telling me that I need to be careful for the first leg here. All right, we'll see. Okay, let's get rolling. And as I said, yeah, the car is at 100%. It's all warmed up. It's still plugged in, so I'm going to unplug. And we'll be on our way. It's also worth mentioning that I'm just leaving my neighborhood, and it's a descent, so that's why you can see that I'm going to be regenerating a bit here. But anyway, yeah, I left 100% with 61.7, I think, in the battery. So 61.7 kilowatt hour. So we have, well, it's a brand new Tesla, so there is absolutely no degradation. It has like 700 kilometers on it. It's already starting to precondition the battery. So I guess it's 6 degrees and the battery is cold. What are the battery temperatures? Brick 21 and 20.5 minimum. So the battery is at almost 21 degrees. And it's already preconditioning for the charger, which is in 240 kilometers. Also, I just realized here that on the main screen, the navigation screen here, I say it keeps increasing the estimated state of charge upon arrival at the first charging stop, which is now, it was, I think it was 22% initially. And I've just driven, I don't know, like 13 kilometers, I think, yeah, 13 kilometers. And it's now telling me I'll arrive there with 32% battery. But then if you take a look here at the live projection on the kind of energy management page, it's giving me some more realistic projection with 17.4%. So it's just interesting that you have two different numbers here, 17% basically and 32% here. Yeah. As far as ABRP is concerned, it's pretty pessimistic. It thinks I will arrive with 4%, so we'll see who's right. Merging onto Highway 1. Next exit, Golden. Yeah, ABRP still telling me to drive at 90 kilometers an hour. so that I arrive with 5%, looks like. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm driving at 120, speed limit is 110, I'm driving at 120, that makes sense. And the energy management screen says 20.8 or 20.6 here upon arrival at the supercharger in Golden, and 29% here on the navigation screen. So I can't understand why they're giving me different numbers. That's interesting here. Arriving in Canmore, and it's interesting here. As you remember, it was saying here, ABRP, that I needed to drive and adjust my speed to 90 kilometers an hour to make my destination, and they just removed that. So yeah, they know that I don't need to drive at 90 kilometers an hour now to make it to my destination. 30% here for the estimated state of charge upon arrival in Golden, and here 22%, so yeah, no problem, we'll make it. There is no wind. I just checked my aviation app. There's absolutely no wind here. The temperature has increased a bit. We're at 8 degrees right now. And the consumption since we left is 191 watt-hour per kilometer. So that's all good. Also, I want to mention, to be fair to ABRP, when I selected the car, so the Model Y rear-wheel drive, it told me that the data were beta basically, or it was beta mode still, because I guess they don't have enough data and feedbacks on the car, which is just being released here in Canada. So that would make sense. That's why the numbers are not very accurate, and it's pretty conservative. I think that's the reason. Once they have more data, it's going to be more accurate, and it wouldn't do stuff like this. Okay, we are halfway through the first leg. Another 133 kilometers to go for the supercharger in Golden. And it says here on ABRP that we'll arrive there with 9%, and that will charge up to 71% for 20 minutes. And on the Tesla, it says that we'll arrive there at 24% or 22% here on the energy management screen. Temperature is back down to 6 degrees here. I'm using 20 degrees for the climate control because a bit warm at 21, so it's good for the car anyway. And yeah, cruising along, everything is going well. It's raining now. Temperature is 9 degrees. Another 24 kilometers to the charger. State of charge is 27%. And ABRP came back to reality and is now telling me that I'll be arriving with 19%. And over there we have 24% on the navigation display. And let's take a look at the screen for the energy here. And it says we're going to be arriving with 24%. So now they agree. Pretty much all of them are close to 20%, 24 for the Tesla. So all good. I'll see you back in Golden. Keep getting worse. Oh, it's raining so much now in the mountains here in BC. It's crazy. We're almost there, almost at the charger. I'm gonna get soaked. It's just going out for like 10 seconds to plug the car. It's gonna be insane. All right, anyway. And we arrived at the supercharger. 22% state of charge. I'm gonna get soaked. Just going out and plug the car. That's going to be enough, I think. And we arrived with 20.7 kilowatt hour remaining in the battery. What's interesting to note is that the real state of charge of the battery is 34.1 when the car is telling me that I have 22% remaining. So there is quite a big buffer. And I've seen a number here. There you go. It looks like the battery buffer is almost 10 kilowatt hours. So that would be huge. Like you could do 60, 70 kilometers with that car. Okay, let's plug in and let's charge. Okay, starting to charge here. The battery was warm and toasty, I forgot to mention, but it was at basically 41 degrees average. It was at 22 degrees when we left home, so the preconditioning did a good job. And we're taking 160 kilowatt, but it's already decreasing. Like those batteries, the LFP batteries, the CATL, their curve isn't really good compared to the BYD. It's decreasing really fast, the charging speed. Anyway, I'll go to the washroom and because only 11 minutes remaining, and then we'll be on our way to Revelstoke. I want to mention those free wire supercharger, well, not supercharger, fast charger. So they're from the On the Run charging network, and they're currently free. So it's CCS and CHAdeMO. They're a bit slower than the Tesla supercharger, obviously, but they're actually free. So I need to do a video with my Mach-E when I'm going to cross the Rockies and drive from Calgary to Vancouver for free. That's going to be interesting. I wasn't paying attention. 11%, still taking 74 kilowatts, so it's pretty slow. Okay, let's unconnect and it's fucking wet. Oh yeah. I forgot I need to unlock.
You're a loser.
All right. Well, that was a quick charge. So my question was, does the Tesla trip planner takes into account the elevation? Because for example, the Mustang trip planner, the Mustang Mach-E trip planner doesn't. And as you can see here, we are climbing sharply. And yeah, of course it does take into account the elevation, because you see the sharp drop in expected state of charge here. And as you can see, during the descent, we're going to gain some state of charge, if I can say so. So it really does take into account the elevation. So that's a good thing to know. And during the climb or during the descent, the expected state of charge in Revelstoke didn't really change. It stayed at 17-18%, so that's a good thing. Here on ABRP, still super pessimistic, since we're going to be arriving at 6%. But yeah, as I said, it's a beta for the rear-wheel drive sorry about that. It's a beta for the rear-wheel drive Model Y, so they need more data, and then it's going to be more accurate. Consumption, we are sitting at 170 or 169 watt-hour per kilometer since we left home this morning. And yeah, as I mentioned, halfway through the second leg, 74 kilometers to go, and everything's looking good, apart from the weather. Sometimes the autopilot is a bit annoying to use, but I have to say it works really well in terms of recognizing what's going on outside. You can even depict a guy holding a stop sign. That's crazy. All right, we have arrived at the Revelstoke supercharger, the version 3. There is also a version 2 supercharger here in Revelstoke. But yeah, I don't want to be sharing, so I'm going to take the version 3, especially that there is only 4 stalls on the version 2, and there's already one car over there. So here we are. Okay, let's take a look at the data here. We arrived with 17.4 kilowatt hour remaining in the battery. Battery's at 41 degrees like before, I think, like the first charge. So yeah, let's plug in. Okay, ramping up 30 minutes to continue the trip. That seems excessive. Salmon Arm minus 26%. Okay. 169 kilowatts. It's already decreasing, and I'm taking 430 amp. But that's decreasing pretty fast. That's kind of interesting. Like it's taking a very high charge rate initially, but anyway. All right, let's leave it charge. Let's take a look at ABRP. And it says go to 53%. Yeah, but it's not connected. I have to connect it. Anyway, I'll go to the washroom. All right, so still taking 100 kilowatts, but it's not great, you know, at 45% state of charge, but anyway. So yeah, I'm almost ready to go. 2 minutes left. I'll charge to 53%. It's interesting here because it says I can almost go and I'll be arriving in Salmon Arm with 4%. But to go to the supercharger, I would need, it doesn't even move. It always stays at minus 21%. So yeah, I guess it's just a bug. Because as you can see, the supercharger is in Salmon Arm. It's just at the entrance of the city. So I don't know. I'll just go in 2 minutes when I reach. I'll trust their ABRP on that, and I can see anyway that I can make it to Salmon Arm with already 6% state of charge remaining. So I'll just hit the road actually. So yeah, not sure what happened here in Revelstoke, but I charged too much. But the Tesla trip planner was, you know, telling me that I would arrive with 8%, 9%, and then I hit continue the trip here, and it switched to something like 18, 90%. So yeah, it charged a bit too much, but yeah, that's kind of the trip planner's fault, or maybe it's my fault because I don't know the trip planner enough yet, but it wasn't very clear. Anyway, another 100 kilometers almost now to Salmon Arm and the next charger. And yeah, everything is going well. The weather is getting better, so that's good. Temperature 14 degrees, so we're not going to be using much energy for the heating, almost none actually. So that's good. Cruising along at 110 kilometers an hour. Another 33 kilometers to go to Salmon Arm, where we will be charging for the third time. That's going to be a very quick charge. And then we'll turn around and go back home. We have driven 476 kilometers an hour. And as you can see, the consumption has been pretty good, 158 watt-hour per kilometer. So everything is looking good. Weather has improved. It's 18 degrees right now. So great, great, great. Interesting. All right. Good. Okay, 21.7 kilowatt hour remaining in the battery, 23% state of charge. The battery is colder than the previous stops, so we'll see, but I'm expecting still good speed. Okay, let's plug in and we'll analyze how long we need to stay. 100 kilowatt, 124, 37, yeah. Still good speed, but the state of charge is a bit higher than before, so might be the reason why the battery didn't feel necessary to increase the heat that much. Okay, let's see. ABRP here. Okay, telling me you need to charge to 49% for the next stop, which is in Revelstoke. So 7 minutes, and here interesting. Okay, yeah, I think if I do continue trip, yeah, I don't get it. I'm just gonna end trip, navigate. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure about the Tesla trip planner here. Supercharger in Golden, but doesn't give me any, like it gives me a time remaining, but it doesn't give me the estimated state of charge in Golden, so I'm not sure really how long I should stay. So that's not, you know, the last two stops wasn't great, the Tesla trip planner. I'm not sure when I should leave, so yeah, I'm gonna use ABRP and I'll leave at 49%. Trying to reset it, but yeah, it won't give me a, you know, state of charge or anything estimated in Golden. Plus, I don't want to go in Golden. I want to go in Revelstoke, so I can leave early and keep the good speed going. So Revelstoke. Supercharger. I don't know. In Revelstoke, let's see. Okay, it says I'll be arriving here with 6% now. Okay. All right. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do. When it reaches 10% here, I'm going to leave, which is going to be in a couple of minutes probably. All right, well, I just unplugged. I didn't even wait 10%. Let's just go. Yeah, ABRP thinks I'm not going to make it or something. I should have charged to 50% almost. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going 100 kilometers away, so 35% of battery is plenty. Okay, we are at 27.9 kilowatt hour in the battery. Let's hit the road. $89 kilometers to go for the next stop, which is going to be, as I mentioned, Revelstoke, and totally we've driven 519 kilometers, and the consumption since this morning is 150 watt-hour per kilometer. The temperature is right now, oh, it's still 18 degrees. Everything is working well. Everything is good in this world, apart from the Tesla trip planner. All right, I'll see you in a bit. We are parked at the Revelstoke supercharger. We arrived with 7% state of charge and 13.5 kilowatt hour remaining in the battery. So we're plugged, it's ramping up, 119, should go all the way to Golden. So yeah, 170 for 1 sec. That's usual here. I'm gonna try to put my home again here. See what it gives me. Okay, it says I gotta stop to, okay, I gotta stop at the Golden supercharger. Oh, and now it's giving me numbers. Great. So I'll go up to plus 10% and then I'll leave. And let's take a look here at ABRP, but I don't really use ABRP anymore. It's not even connected, whatever. I'll just use the trip planner here for this one. Okay, I managed to reconnect my iPad to internet. So ABRP says here that I need to charge to 74% to make it to the next charger in Golden. So really doesn't make any sense. I hope by more people using the application, they have more data and they can fine tune their settings, because it really doesn't make any sense. I'm just here at 39% and yeah, like 7-8% away from hitting the road again. So yeah, I'll charge to like 48%. That's good enough for me. Then we'll hit the road. So that's about it. All right, 6% state of charge upon arrival in Golden. So yeah, I'm going to unplug and we'll hit the road. Kilometers from Golden, from the supercharger. Estimated state of charge here upon arrival 5%. And the energy screen, the energy management screen says 6%, 6.1. So we're gonna be all good. I mean, even if we were forecasted to arrive at 0%, knowing that there is like a 10 kilowatt hour buffet, I wouldn't be worried. So yeah. 13% state of charge right now. The consumption since this morning has been 156 watt-hour per kilometer. So it looks like it has stabilized around that mark. So we're doing good. It's preconditioning to warm up the battery. So it's going to get closer to the ideal temperature for the battery, which it seems to be around 41 degrees Celsius for DC fast charging. So everything is looking good. Not the weather though. The weather has been worsening again now. So it looks like in Alberta the weather is bad, and in BC the weather is better. And I have arrived at the Golden supercharger, one of the Golden supercharger. There is 3 of them, and one of a new V3 just opened. 2% state of charge, 11 kilowatt hour remaining in the batteries. There is indeed almost 10 kilowatt hour buffer, so you could almost go 60, 70 kilometers with that buffer. So that's interesting to know. All right, the battery is at 40 degrees almost, so warm and toasty. Let's plug and let's charge. Bought myself some snacks, some beverage, and let's see how long we need to stay here. So I'm gonna reset my home address if I can find it somewhere. Okay, why does it say continue trip here? It does the same. Okay, I know I need to Golden. I need to go to no, I am in Golden. I know I need to go to Canmore. I don't know why it does that. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Okay. No result found for Canmore. Are you kidding? If I do continue trip, what is it gonna do? This is really not working well. Okay, so 238. Okay, let's try that again. I'm gonna use the supercharger button. Canmore. Go there. Okay, there you go. Now it's giving me a number. Minus 16. Okay, so I need to charge for another maybe 15 minutes. All right, I like that better. It has slowed down significantly. I'm at 58% state of charge. Don't look at this one. Remember, that's the total battery capacity state of charge, let's say. So 58% state of charge, 70 kilowatt. I'm at 8% estimated state of charge at arrival here in Canmore, so I'm gonna unplug and we'll hit the road. All right, and that's gonna be the last charge of the day. We just pulled in at the, I forgot the name of the town. Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. Canmore supercharger, 13.6 kilowatt hour remaining. The state of charge is 9%. Let's plug in. It's gonna ramp up to 450 amps. Ooh, almost 460. And as usual, we got the 170 kilowatt for a few seconds, and then it's gonna decrease pretty quick. All right, let's figure it out. Let's figure out how long we need to charge. Minus 12, so yeah, that's gonna be a 10 minutes charge. All right, it says we'll be arriving home with 9%. I'm happy with that. Let's disconnect and we'll be on our way. 27.0 kilowatt hour in the battery. Let's go. Almost there. In 15 kilometers, we'll take the exit for Cochrane, and that's another 32 kilometers to go home. State of charge is 18%. We should arrive with 10% in the battery. The efficiency today has been 15.5 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers, or yeah, what you can read. So yeah, pretty happy. That's as expected. The Tesla is a very efficient car, but that's not a surprise. Anyway, next time I'll talk to you, I'll be arriving home. Okay, we're pulling in my neighborhood, so that's gonna be the end of the trip here. And as usual, I'm gonna be looking at the numbers, and I'll do little conclusions when I have all the numbers on paper, and we'll talk about it. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers for the Model Y rear-wheel drive with the LFP battery. Total time 12 hours and 10 minutes. The energy used 155 kilowatt hours, so that's a lot more efficient than the Mach-E, but that's not a surprise there. We know that the Teslas are very efficient. The weather was bad. It was rainy, and raining a lot, as you've seen in the video, so that's been a disadvantage for the Tesla, but despite that, it's still been very efficient. The winds were calm, and the temperature was a bit lower overall than when I did the first trip with the Mustang, from 6 to 21 degrees Celsius during the trip. So really we can see that the Model Y is a lot more efficient than the Mach-E, and if it had been with ideal condition or similar condition to the trip I did with the Mach-E, it would have even been better in favor of the Model Y for sure. The charging, we had to stop 6 times to charge, but we only spent 59 minutes at the charger because it charges so fast, right? It's not even the fastest charging Tesla, but it's still pretty darn fast compared to the Mustang and a lot of CCS car. The energy added 104 kilowatt hour because we left with less energy in the battery compared to the Mustang, for example. So that makes sense that we had to take more energy at the chargers to do the trip. The highway consumption during the 110-120 kilometers an hour section, we used 17.2 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers, and during the 90 to 100 kilometers an hour section, we used actually more than the Mustang with 14.9 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. But remember, the Teslas are really efficient at highway speed, so I would say above 110 to maybe 130. That's where they shine because of their coefficient of drag that's extremely low. And plus, as I mentioned earlier, the weather was really not good. It was cold when I left in the morning, so of course I had to use energy for the heating. Plus it was raining, and sometimes raining quite a bit, so more friction on the road, so hence a bit more consumption here, but overall very, very good. The regeneration test, I don't know if I'm even going to keep that. I don't think it makes a lot of sense, but you know, it's there. I'll do it. It doesn't cost me anything. But we recovered a 0.9 kilowatt hour during the descent at Kicking Horse Pass. So there you have it. Really, I would say that very pleased by the Model Y, the rear-wheel drive version. That is a car that's going to be able to road trip extremely fast. You know, the Mustang was a bit faster, but that's because it had a long battery, so I could drive something like, I think I drove like almost 400 kilometers before I had to charge. And remember as well that the Mustang is like in Canada, it's like $12,000 more expensive than the Model Y rear-wheel drive. So very good value for that car. I can't wait to try to do a Apple to Apple comparison. I can't wait to try the either standard range of the Mustang to see how it performs against the Model Y rear-wheel drive, or the Model Y long range, which is gonna beat the Mustang, that is for sure, if the conditions are good. It charges at like 250 kilowatt, and it has almost the same range at the beginning. So anyway, hope you enjoy it and stay tuned. Next time next week, I will be trying Bolt EV. So that's the slowest charging EV in North America. So that's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a long day. Until then, I'm Victorian. You're watching The French Connection, and have a nice day.